Just in case you still don't know, the Ars Goetia is based on a real ranking of 72 powerful demons in ancient demonology, which has 9 recorded kings, and the number 1 will shock you. Before we get into that, let's take a good look at the history of Beelzebub. This may come as a shocker, but alongside Lucifer and Leviathan, apparently were the 3 first angels cast out of heaven down to hell, but that is story for another video. Right now, during my study of it's clear to me that the character was a very complex being, choosing to switch faces and identities based on the situation. Beelzebub has been compared and even dubbed as Baal or Baal by many accounts, leading the idea that she was truly a powerful demon in the ark. But if we are to consider this all a possibility, then that would mean that Beelzebub, who actually is Baal by popular account, is actually the true renowned leader of the Ars Goetia. The Ars Goetia comprised of 72 demons, and 9 of them were crowned kings. The first king, who is actually and literally described as the first king of hell by some sources, is specified as Baal. Yep, exactly. Baal is literally described as the first king, seconded by Paimon, who is known to be loyal to Lucifer. Helluva Boss has presented Paimon as the main leader of the Ars Goetia, but still, many speculate about whether Queen Bee is honestly and truly herself on the forefront. I mean, seeing how Asmodeus is depicted as going through the thick and tins pretending just to govern lust, and Beelzebub, who also embodies the image of Baal, one expressed as the second most powerful demon just under Lucifer, even as a god of the city of Ekron, the prince of the seraphim when they were in heaven, and now the king of the Ars Goetia. Doesn't that make it more likely that Queen Bee is up to something more sinister than what we see on the show? I mean, it wouldn't make sense for one personally linked with heaven just spend time wasted on making honey and not involved with the major plots Lucifer has to take over the world. I'm wondering if Paimon, while completely loyal to Lucifer, actually is following the plot laid out for him by Beelzebub. As seeing how if Helluva Boss is true to text, she would be the true ruler of the Ars Goetia. And yes, I know the Ars Goetia have a predetermined look, which is a bird man, but still, if you watched my last video about Beelzebub's true form, you would understand why I believe that the sins, especially the top 3, are actually formless, if you get me, having the ability to transform themselves into whatever they choose to look like, which explains why Queen Bee chose a fox-like form, which is fitting for her ring filled with predominantly wolfhounds. What if Paimon actually, and in all ramifications, is just filling the front and playing the mascot for the Ars Goetia, when in all truth, Beelzebub, who changes her identify and image to Baal when needed, is the true architect of the Ars Goetia, just like the ruler behind closed doors. That's all on today's Pet Talk. Don't forget to subscribe and share with others. Thanks.
There's a theory going around that Beelzebub isn't actually a wolf or hellhound species. She just takes on the form to look most appealing to the dominant species in her ring, the hellhound. At best, her only true quality is her insect features. But while there is no way to confirm this, the theory kind of makes sense as when you think about it. If the sins of the first marks are demonology in hell, then technically speaking, the species in hell should be characterized after them, not them after the species, and the origin of hellhounds falls way back to Greece mythology and their deities, which isn't where Beelzebub is first mentioned from Hebrew texts as the god of the people of Philistines, mostly as a deity of the city of Ekron. We know Helluva Boss pulls a lot of inspiration from these past texts, so if this is all to be considered, it would mean that the fox-like form we see Beelzebub spot isn't actually her true, or even puny form. It is a mask she wears to fit in, which makes most sense since it's shown that she will go to many lengths to make sure her ring carries the mood she wants. Truly the definition of a fox in sheep's fur. Oh wait, I mean the other way around. Wait, that doesn't even make sense. Anyway, what do you think about this theory? Like or nah? Don't forget to subscribe and share. Thanks.